All right, guys. So we're joined by the CEO of MuleChain. They're doing the newest NEM community fund proposal. Ralph Leo, welcome, Ralph.
Thank you.
Tamer, not going to say welcome.
Well, I think you've pretty much wrapped it up there. It was a beautiful welcome.
Thank you. So, Ralph, why don't you start us off by telling us the premises of MuleChain and why you believe it belongs on the blockchain?
Okay, so first of all, let me just describe to you what the business is all about.
Yeah.
So basically, let's say you guys are located in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming to LA or coming to Newport Beach, next week. So if you're a member, you own the MCX token, and which is built on the NEM platform. So your itinerary is going to be transparent on the platform. Then somebody in Melbourne to say, well, my daughter is studying in the UCLA. Could you bring this jacket to her?
Mm-hmm.
So then if you do, I'll pay you $100. Now, once you agree, you will be the mule on our platform. So that's only the beginning.
Mm.
There's more. The second major part of the business is called a pack station. So the name came from in the old days, you have a mule train. So you need a place to pack the luggage on the mule to go to a destination.
Mm.
But the pack station, that concept on the MuleChain platform, the owner of the pack station could be anybody. It could be your neighbors, could be the owner of a local restaurant, a local gas station. So that would simply just be a place for somebody to drop off a package and for somebody else, like a mule, to pick it up later at his convenience. Mm. So that's the second part of the business. In the previous example, so once you agree to become a mule, then the requester is going to drop off the jacket in the pack station nearby, and he can actually search on his mobile phone. So then on the next day, or whenever it's convenient for you, you go there and pick it up. Then you fly to LA. You can either give the jacket directly to his daughter, or you can drop off at another pack station in Los Angeles. That basically sort of wrap up what the MuleChain business is all about. You have three players: the request, the mule, the pack station owner.
Yeah. So obviously, considering that it's a peer-to-peer system and the potential of dealing with people all across the world, what are the risks involved with this delivery system? Like, is there a protection for the requester in terms of their items being delivered, anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as you can see, why do we do this now? If you look at the three aspects of it, first of all, we call it a decentralization. That's made possible by the blockchain. The peer-to-peer is nothing new. Since the internet started, basically all the business is peer-to-peer. You have a buyer and seller, you can contact them directly, okay? But what is new on the MuleChain concept? I want to introduce a new concept. It's called a convenience assistance service, okay, which means you're providing a service. It's not a new service like Uber. Mm. You're replacing one group of workers by another new group of workers. But in the MuleChain platform, let's say somebody asks you to be the mule to do a service for them, but you're going to Los Angeles anyway. Mm. You're not making an extra effort to go there, right? So that's a sort of a very new concept of convenience assistance services.
Yeah, so it's almost like trying to be built on a trust system.
Yeah. Yes. So coming back to the concept, why do we use blockchain? Because as you can see, this is not just a concept, economic concept. We want to translate that concept into a business method. So that if you share your convenience assistance to somebody else, you get paid. Let's say the business by nature is global, because the first part of the business is cross-border mule business. Our goal is to reach out to the populous countries, let's say in Africa, in Kenya, in Cambodia, Southeast Asia, or Brazil, in South America. You have all these countries. Without the blockchain, with the cryptocurrency, try to imagine the complexity, the hassle, try to convert local fiat currency. So that's number one. Blockchain provides that advantage. The second part is actually based on your second questions. So what about the risk involved? When people first heard about MuleChain, they say, oh, mules, that's associated with the drug trafficking, Then they say, oh, blockchain, you were involved in the cryptocurrency, trying to hide away from all the government control, But the fact is, the technology is so new. people cannot appreciate exactly what a blockchain is.
Mm.
So right now, among the consumers, people have a confusion. They think everything about blockchain is actually trying to hide something. But in reality, blockchain is just another database. It's a database that can act as a public ledger. Why is that a public ledger? Because it's immutable. You cannot change. You cannot erase a transaction. You need a 51%, majority, the consensus, for you to change the data. Because of that fact, that's why in one of my Medium blog, I was saying people view the glass as half empty. Now we need to explain to people, you should view the glass as half full. Having the blockchain being a public ledger, that will deter any criminal activities on this database. So trying to imagine yourself, I'm sure you guys own some cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah.
Have you gone through the process of using a selfie and holding your passport, take a selfie,
Yep.
and send it to the account, right? Try to imagine, you feel like the Pablo Escobar, if you're at Chapo, you want to traffic some drugs, would you choose to come to MuleChain to be capture all your transaction, your selfie, on the blockchain for the whole world to see? For the FBI and the Interpol to trace, right?
Exactly.
Good point. Very good point.
So that gives you sort of example why blockchain is good.
That's a very good answer, Ralph. Continue on that sort of aspect. Is there a rating or a review system for mules and requesters?
Yes. That's an excellent question. Okay. So what I just described to you is only for you and I. We are the professional. We're the technical people. We understand what's the advantage, the new advantage the blockchain can provide to people.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people, they do not even have access to the desktop computer, but they have a vibrant mobile economy, right? So to them, they don't care about blockchain. They just care about the consumer interface. So the question you ask, is there reputation management? Absolutely. When the consumer look at our platform or service, they do not even know this is a blockchain. So that comes to a very important concept, because the blockchain people use have put on their website trying to market themselves as using the latest technology to start a new business. That concept is only good when you pitch to the investors. But we shouldn't use that to actually, to provide any value to the consumer. So therefore, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. We're going to use the reputation management, the ranking, just like on the eBay, just like on the Uber.
Yeah, perfect. And so onto the token system now. How is that going to work exactly? Now we know requesters are sort of going to be setting their price, but how does it work? Just give us a rundown on how the tokens will be exchanged.
Okay, so basically, once you have a common currency, the MCX, right, which is based on NAND, and when somebody on our platform, we can actually build in the wallet from NAND library. So basically, let's say you're the mule, then once you agree on the deal, so let's say in the previous example, this requester agreed to send them, $100 worth of tokens. That once they agree, that amount of MCX token will be captured by the smart contract immediately to put it into escrow. So this same requester, they say, hey, I don't want to meet you, Dan. I'm going to drop it off at the pack station 2 floors above me in my apartment building. So once he identifies that pack station owner, he will, communicate with him directly also. Then he say, hey, can I pay $10? I can drop off this jacket for you and for somebody else to pick up. Then he actually paid, and $10 worth of the token, again, is captured by the smart contract in escrow. By the time you pick it up, that $10 will automatically pay to the pack station owner because that part of the transaction is already done. You then pick up the jacket, you fly to Los Angeles. Then upon delivery of the jacket, so his daughter says, yes, I received. She's a receiver. Then you get paid that $100 in tokens back to your wallet. So that would be a very good example, simple example. complete a whole transaction.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. So have you engaged or thought about any partnerships that may help with your mission at MuleChain?
Yes, we have been in discussion with quite a few different potential partners. And currently, most of the partner, we're looking at is primarily just on the technical platform. For example, like right now, we'll probably talk to, almost a handful of all those people who are providing the new technology in the KYC area. Because as you can see, from our business and the KYC, or to a certain degree, the AML is inherent in the business continuously. Unlike any other technology company, they only need the KYC in the beginning, So for our business, it's just part of the nature. Whoever actually sign up as a member on the platform, we have to go through a very thorough KYC process. So now, based on that, we have been in discussion with many established companies, and also we've been discussing with a lot of other startup companies. Because as you could understand this, and in the whole blockchain arena, just about everybody in this technology is some sort of a startup.
Yeah.
It's a very, very big business. On the other hand, on the business side, and the initial plan, as I mentioned to you, but I didn't go to detail, if you allow me. What I described to you is only the part one business. The part one business, what we call the cross-border mule business and airport pack station business. Now, the part two is later on. At this stage, in the beginning, we're not focusing on, but the same platform could be applied to the last mile of the e-commerce business. Why is that important? Why would that be such a business opportunity? Try to imagine in the street corner in New York City, in Los Angeles, in Melbourne, the big centralized corporation, they will not be able to set up the warehouse in every street corner. But in that one particular street corner, there could be hundreds, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of individual workers, mules working for themselves on our platform. If the FedEx, if the UPS, DHL say, okay, for me, trying to deliver this to your home, it costs me $30. Why? Because I need to pay for the driver. I need to pay for the rent for the warehouse. But the individual mule working for himself, he has such a low overhead. He say, okay, I'll take $10. I just walk down my building, walk a few blocks, I pick it up myself and deliver to you. That's how we let all these individual mom and pop, they can actually compete with the corporate giants. That is the most significant part of our business, the decentralization, the power of the crowd. So what I just described to you, this is the second part of the business. The third part is called part three. That will be the local courier business, the local messenger business. But as you can understand, the part two business right now is a hot area. Every single e-commerce company and the delivery company, and they trying to get into that field. The third part is an old business, as old as maybe decades, century or millennium. I always say, when the Neanderthal came out of the cave, you already have that delivery business,
Yeah.
But that's the third part of the business. However, for the part two and part three, because there are competitions. So in the beginning, we're not focusing on it. We're simply focusing on the part one, the cross-border mule business. That is truly a white space with zero competition in this whole world. How are we going to do it? Other than recruiting the mules, we're also going to set up the pack station owners throughout the world in the major city airports. So that will give the best convenience, for a requester to drop off something. Or for a mule, by the time they go to the airport, I'll pick up your item from the boutique store. But why was that attractive? Because the boutique store, they're paying high rent in the airport. By signing up as a pack station owner on a part-time basis, that can generate a lot of a new additional income stream for them. So that's how we can deploy the business, the part one. And once established, maybe a few years down the road, we're going to into the last mile business and the traditional courier and messenger business.
So will you be using location data on your blockchain to track the packages, and so that every time it hits a certain checkpoint, will a certain amount be sent, or how will that be used?
Ben, that's an excellent question. So give me an opportunity first to introduce the concept, how a decentralized platform is going to be different from just another centralized corporation startup, okay? So basically on the platform, as you can see, right now, if we are moving into this on-demand peer-to-peer business, right? People can use all sorts of new technology, including location data, including the RF scanner, and including all the QR code. Whatever is available, we're going to make it available, but it is not going to be us who going to make it available. So basically, what we want to focus on is a decentralized platform to allow any centralized corporation, from the big corporation to the small startup, to deliver the same type of service. So we're not going to exclude the majority of the world's population. As a lot of mom and pop, they can set up shop, either a one-man show or small business. So those people may not use that technology advantage. So for example, a pack station owner could be a local restaurant, could be a local gas station. They will be the semi-professional. But the majority of people we want to target are those individuals, are those senior citizens, are those handicapped people staying at home. These people can never go out to get a job. But on our platform, we give them a capability to generate an income stream, maybe make a living out of it, to give them the dignity, But there's so many of them in this whole world. That's what we want to focus on. But in terms of what type of technology that we provide, the business is basically separated from two parts. One is a decentralized blockchain platform. The other part is a service bureau. So that's like a centralized operation. But there are limited service that we provide ourselves. Basically, the major function is KYC. I don't want to use the word policing, but it's a discipline the people, the player on this platform, so that the whole platform, people will not use it for criminal purpose, will not go haywire. But in terms of technology, we will open up to anybody. So let's say somebody has an idea, I use RFK, I use code, I use location. But the majority of the people can use your phone, take a picture.
Yeah.
When the package was delivered, they take a picture and send it to the requester. But some other people can invest into newer technology and they can to use that technology. So these people will have their staff wearing their branded uniform, to be a platform. At the same time, we will have all the individuals and the mom and pop business, but we will let them to compete in price between the individuals, the mom and pop small business, and the bigger corporation who has a deep pocket to utilize all these technologies.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
was just going to say, you mentioned before about technology, and you mentioned the NEM blockchain as well previously. Why do you think the NEM blockchain is probably the best suited for this project?
Okay. So the blockchain to us, the two advantage. One is the ability to create a cryptocurrency. So for us to conduct the cross-border mule business, by nature is international. So we will have people in all over the world in different countries. How do they convert their fiat currency to pay for the mule in the common currency? So without the blockchain, without the cryptocurrency, there will be too much complexity, too many hassles for us to scale the business. So that's number one. The number two, again, for the blockchain, that would be the capability to act as a public ledger to deter any potential criminal activities. So these are basically the reason why we have to be on the blockchain.
So specifically, why the NEM blockchain?
That's even better question, man. So we started out this whole venture almost 6 months ago. And obviously, when people first had the blockchain business idea, they would look at the Ethereum first. So we did all our research. Then eventually we settled on Neo. So the first version of our product is actually built on Neo. We have with that, but then 3 months ago, and during that time, I have to add a little bit, side story. When we first started it, as you can see, there's a lot of, momentum of the 2017 style ICO. So our initial goal is just to set up a new platform and then go for the ICOs. But 3 months ago, we changed the whole strategy. We figured out that 2017 style ICO is not for us. We have the excellent business idea. We built a great team. We don't want to risk anything on the regulatory front, So that's why we held back on the ICO. At the same time, we had a chance to look at what is the best technology that we can really build our platform for the long term. So after, a long time research period, we ended up on NEM because number one, they have a lot of library functions. And what we want to focus on is primarily the business side, instead of reinventing the wheel on the technology side. And we also wanted a blockchain which is tried and true, which have a lot of application built on it already. It's mature. And we may not be that interested in esoteric new type of functions, but NEM is basically capable to satisfy all of our needs. And then technology-wise, we have access to a lot of coder, programmer, very smart. But instead of hiring the MongoDB, programmer to reinvent the wheel, we have a lot of people who simply just know the REST API, Then we can take the project in the shortest time to the market. So for the majority of all these reasons, but what is the most important, I would say, is a tried and true, reliable blockchain.
Good answer.
Yeah, so you've given us a lot of information, and we've learned quite a bit about MuleChain. But obviously, we know that you're currently in the running for the community proposal, the community fund, the NEM community fund. Give us a 30-second spiel as to why the NEM community should vote for MuleChain.
Okay, so basically, as you can understand, the MuleChain, the business by nature is global, right? If you look at the cross-border business, what we need, other than we're applying for the grant, of course, that's one big advantage as well. But the availability of the established, the vibrant community all over the world, that will give us a great platform to deploy, our service, even just from the NEM community alone. So that would be a fantastic platform for us to launch our platform. Now, try to imagine how does the NEM will benefit from this. Every country we go to, we expand. You see people, they know our platform is built on NEM. They also have to use among other cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ether, they need to use Zen to purchase the MCX. So every country we go, bring that community, have more users throughout the whole world to purchase them, to actually widen the whole ecosystem. So basically our business, go hand in hand. Our business by nature is very international, the cross-border Mule business. So what we're looking at NEM is that established international community, almost all over the world. You already have a large member group, in all the different countries. So that will give us a head start. So what we're looking at the community funds, not beyond just the funding, but that vibrant local community is very important for us. What we can give back to NEM is, as we expand globally to a new country, we will increase that potential Zen NEM community, because whoever buy our token, they will have to go through Zen, Bitcoin, but we definitely gonna since our wallet is built on the NEM. So definitely the most convenient currency for them is to use Zen to purchase the MCX token. So through us, the NEM's whole ecosystem will grow much broader as we expand throughout the world. Now, other than that, from a technical, from a business perspective, I have to say one of the things that we pride ourselves on is basically the fact we will have the ability to create jobs all over the world. One of the key things I want to emphasize, there's a hope all the members in the NEM community can understand and share our vision, is the fact that our venture can create a lot of jobs throughout the world. Basically, if you look at the mules, every traveler will have the opportunity to generate an extra income when they travel. Think about the whole world's airline crew. Think about the pilots, the flight attendants. Anybody can actually make an extra income, let alone just the mom and pops, the individual travelers, business frequent travelers. Anybody can subsidize their trip, their vacation, by picking up a package, a jacket for somebody else. But this is only one part of it. The other part is what we're most excited about. It's the pack station owner business. That pack station owner business is sort of equivalent to an Airbnb for your package and parcel to stay overnight. It's not for a person to stay overnight. Similar analogies for the mule business, like Uber. It's not for the passenger, but for your package and parcels. However, think about it. If you work for Uber, you need to own a car. But if you work for yourself on the MuleChain platform, you don't need to own a car. You can use public transportation. You need a subway token. You need a train ticket, a flight ticket, or your own legs. So the audience is much, much broader than people working for Uber. But the most important point is people don't work for MuleChain. They work for themselves on our platform. Now, coming back to the pack station owner part of it, it's the same thing. If you work for Airbnb, you need to own a house, own an apartment. But if you work for yourself on the MuleChain platform, you just need a rented space. You can rent an apartment, you can rent a local restaurant, you can rent a gas station. So let's say a local restaurant, they only make money during dinner time. What do they do with that big space during the day? Why don't you just switch on? So that once you don't have to be a full-time job.
Okay. No, you're good, you're good.
So the pack station owner, yes. So the pack station owner is not a full-time job. Whenever you're staying home, let's say the same person, you can act as a requester yourself. If you want to send a package to somebody else, you can act as a mule on a platform. If you're traveling to Italy for 2 weeks vacation, when you come back, you can switch on your mobile phone. I will be here for the next 2 weeks. You switch the status on your pack station owner status on for the next 2 weeks. Every day you can make money out of our platform. That's why, we're very ambitious goal, is to target more than 90% of the world's population. I believe once we launch the business, it's going to be very attractive to a lot of people. Because even comparing with the Facebook is not going to pay you a paycheck. What we do, you work for yourself on our platform, either as a mule or as a pack station owner. If not for a dedicated make a living job, you can generate extra income only on a part-time basis. So everybody will make money. To sell our product, unlike a typical technology startup, you created a product, a gadget, you created a service, you need to sell to somebody else. When you sell to somebody else, you will ask them for money. But on MuleChain, our whole team, there's no salespeople, marketing people. What do we sell a service? We sell job opportunities. We recruit people to be a mule, to be a pack station owner. We give you money. That's that aspect of it we are most excited about. We want the NEM community to understand it, because this is part of the NEM community to benefit the whole world. We're creating jobs every country we go. We're not like a hail-ride company, go to each country, each city, everybody want to kick them out because they're replacing existing group of worker, of the taxi driver. But if the politician can understand what the benefits, the significance of MuleChain, they will open door to their country. Because why? We create jobs. We will enhance their economy. But from the egalitarian aspect of it, we're more interested in the pack station owners than being the mule. Why? Because for the first time, you can really benefit the underprivileged class of our society. That's why we were saying the mules, most likely they are Republicans, but the majority of the pack station owner has to be the Democrats. Think about those senior citizens. Think about those handicapped people. They will never have a chance to go out to get a job. But by being a pack station owner, we give them an opportunity to generate income and possibly make a living out of it. We give them dignity in their life. So this is a message we want to convey to the world. This is not just launching another commercial venture to make a lot of money out of it. It's beyond that. That's that goal we want to share with the NAM community, for them to join hand with us, to provide the services, the job opportunity to the world.
Ralph, firstly, a little over 30 seconds, but we loved how passionate you were about your pitch right then. It was one of the best pitches we've heard in a while.
Pretty good.
It was very, very good. Yeah, we're a bit stunned right now. We don't know how to respond to that. But yeah, we wish you all the best with your project. We do hope that the community does vote yes, because we do truly believe in your project. And we loved having you on. So thanks a lot for joining us, Ralph.
Thanks again, Sam. Thanks again, Tamer.
Thanks, mate. All the best.